A baby monkey in Japan has become a viral sensation, gripping millions worldwide and sparking debate. Meet Punch, the 7-month-old macaque from Ichikawa City Zoo. After he was rejected by his mother, zookeepers stepped in to care for him. To comfort the young monkey, they gave him a stuffed orangutan toy, which he has since forged a bond with. Videos circulating online show Punch being dragged around by older macaques inside the enclosure. Zookeepers say he was often tightly clutching his toy. The zoo, though, maintains that Punch is gradually integrating into the troop, and more recent clips show another macaque grooming and comforting him. Since gaining internet fame, Punch's beloved plushie has now sold out in parts of the U.S., Japan, and even here in Singapore. There are also reports of long queues at the zoo as dozens of people clamor to get a glimpse of the young macaque. Joining us now is Alison Behe, Professor of Biological Anthropology and Associate Dean of Research at the College of Arts and Social Science at Australian National University. Professor, thank you for making the time to join us today. Punch is now not the first zoo animal to gain international fame. Tell us, why do you think such stories become so popular?
I think because we love cute things as humans. We love the little faces, the big eyes. We're sort of conditioned to love these things that remind us of our own babies, but also to sort of protect them when we see that they're in trouble, and try and do something to improve the situation.
Protecting them is definitely one thing. A lot of netizens have been concerned when they saw videos of Punch getting beaten up or like hurt by the other animals. How do you explain this behavior, and should we be concerned?
I don't really think so. I mean, it does look quite confronting on a video camera, but macaques have a very strict dominance hierarchy. So, the dominant animals will show aggression towards subordinate animals, and that sort of maintains the status quo and keeps everything nice and smooth in the group. So I think even if Punch was from a more subordinate family, even if his mother hadn't abandoned him or rejected him, he probably would face some sort of aggression. And it's how they learn to sort of signal what is dominant, what is subordinate, what their place in the group is. And the use of aggression is fairly common in those situations. So it does look really confronting, but I think it is probably a normal part of developing in this sort of society.
So regular monkey business, it would seem. Now, cute animal videos like the one Punch has often sparked interest online. What are the potential impacts or risks of such videos on social media?
The biggest risks are to the pet trade. So there's already been, some celebrities coming out saying they'd like to buy Punch and remove him from the zoo. And that is the opposite of what we want to happen and what should happen. So, there's been incidences of videos going viral of tickling primates, and they're laughing. And then we see a spike in the pet trade. And what the pet trade means is that humans are willing to pay a lot of money to buy these animals. So it becomes profitable to remove them from the wild, to potentially remove mothers and then take babies out of the wild to sell them to turn a profit. And that's very dangerous. First of all, these animals are endangered in the wild, so we don't want to be reducing numbers, but they're also very intelligent. They can be very aggressive. They're not something we want to keep as pets. So there is a real risk to sort of increasing demand and then trying to remove the animals from the wild to keep as pets.
How concerned should we be about this trade of pets, especially illegal wildlife, especially when it comes to these cute animal videos like these? Is it often that it spurs illegal wildlife trade?
Yeah, there has been research done in the past that shows that it does. When internet videos go viral, that there is sort of a link to increased demand in the market for these illegal, and in some places they're not illegal, but there are the wild pet trade, I suppose. And so it is something we should be concerned about. And I think in watching these videos, we should remember that they are wild animals. They're not domesticated. And the best place for them to be, if they're not in the wild, is actually in a zoo or a rehabilitation center where they get the proper care that they need and they can be integrated with a group of their own species, which is the absolute best place for them to be.
So if we are concerned about the welfare of these animals, what can netizens and viewers truly do to support animal welfare?
If we're thinking about primates, donating to conservation organizations, there's a lot of conservation organizations that are protecting these animals in the wild. In zoos, donating to zoos if people are looking at potentially the condition of the enclosure where Punch is being held, and I haven't seen enough of it to be able to say anything. Donating to zoos. Zoos are always taking on donations to be able to improve their enclosures. Many of them work sort of on non-for-profit. They don't make a lot of money. So to be able to donate to those causes and really think about improving the lives of the animals in the environments they're in is the best thing that we can do.
So as you had mentioned, a number of people have offered to buy Punch. What would your message be to them? Why is buying an animal like this not the right way to help them?
Because they're social animals. They need to be with their social group. Animals raised in isolation are way worse off than an animal that's in his social group and possibly facing some aggression, which really he will learn the signals and he will integrate into the group, which we're already starting to see, which is fantastic. But an animal being in isolation, they get bored, they get aggressive. There's been lots of cases of animals becoming quite aggressive to their owners, and then those animals need to be put down. So my message would be to leave them alone, understand this is a normal part of wild behavior. It's confronting to look at, but Punch is where he should be.
Thank you, Alison, for sharing your insights with us. We were speaking to Alison Behe, Professor of Biological Anthropology and Associate Dean of Research at the College of Arts and Social Science at Australian National University.